Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are having a lovely day today because I know I am. So today I am back with some more fragrance content because y'all love it. So I'm here to supply what you've been asking for. So I wanted to share 10 of the fragrances that I just have not been able to put down. So there are a lot of different fragrances that I've purchased over the last few months, things that I've been trying, things that I've been testing, and some things that I've had but have just been busting back out because it's getting warmer. And I really am playing around with my scents and what I like for this time of year. So I have 10 different fragrances. Some are not new, some I just recently hauled. So if you're interested in seeing the fragrances that your girl cannot put down right now, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so let's start with the fragrance that I am currently wearing. I know this time of year, with it being spring, a lot of people are really on that like fresh, floral, a little fruity kick. I'm there, but I'm also still here, and that is with Montale Ristretto Intense Cafe. Y'all, I love this fragrance so much. It's so good. This is coffee done right. You guys know I love coffee perfumes. Like, coffee perfumes are everything to me, but unfortunately, a lot of coffee fragrances aren't done very well. A lot of times you get coffee like YSL Black Opium, where it literally smells like just a syrupy pulp, you know what I mean? And I don't like hate Black Opium, but I think it's very, very overdone. I'm so sick of smelling Black Opium on people. I own the intense version, but I don't wear it often because everybody wears that freaking perfume. So I really like a deep, intense, like smells like you just brewed an espresso type of coffee scent. And the only one I really had for a while was the Atelier Cologne Cafe Tuberosa. That one is beautiful, but it's definitely more of like a coffee and like cigarettes kind of vibe. It's very sweet. The coffee is deep. It's rich. It's not everyone's favorite though, and I can't wear it during all seasons either. This is actually one that I can get away with no matter what the season is, even though I definitely think that this scent is more ideal for fall and winter because it is so it's just very deep, very sensual. This has notes of espresso in there. There is rose in here. There's also amped up caramel and vanilla in this fragrance, which makes this even more creamy and luscious and decadent. This lasts on the skin literally all day. Projection, I would say, is like a 6 out of 10. When I first go out, this is like beast mode. But as it wears, I would say going into like the 3-hour mark, it gets a little bit more close to the skin. Definitely like a great cuddling fragrance, but this is very sensual. If someone like walks by you, they will smell you and you are going to smell amazing. The thing I love about this is that the coffee in this lasts all day. It doesn't just spray onto your skin and disappear, never to be found again. It's there all day, all night, whenever you're wearing this. So that's the first one, Ristretto Intense Cafe. So of course, this wouldn't be a fragrance video without Dossier. Y'all know me and Dossier perfumes are like this, and their fragrances have just been everything. So I have 2 here that I have been loving. The first one is no surprise because I can't stop talking about it and I can't stop wearing it. This is Floral Jasmine, and this is their take on Jasmine Rouge by Tom Ford. Y'all already know the deal with Dossier. High quality, made in France, vegan and cruelty free, and also trying them as risk free. You get your package and they give you the full size perfume along with a little decant. You test out the decant, see if you like it. If you love it, great, keep it. And if it's not your thing, then you can send it back risk free. No issues there. So the Floral Jasmine perfume is like bomb. The top notes on this are neroli, cardamom, bergamot, and pepper. Middle notes are jasmine, sambac, ylang ylang, and broom flower. And the base notes are labdanum, clary sage, and vanilla. This is a sweet, decadent jasmine fragrance. Like, it smells so good. The jasmine in this is strong. Like, it's just there throughout the entire wear of the fragrance. When you first spray it, the jasmine kind of comes off a little heavy. She look thick when she first sprays out. But as this dries down, you really get a lot more of that vanilla and the ylang ylang, and it makes for a very sweet, sensual, and kind of almost doughy jasmine fragrance. This smells so good on the skin. It lasts on me for hours and hours and hours. I actually like wearing this around the house, but I've been wearing this a lot more when I go out, you know, like go shopping, all that good stuff, because I've actually been leaving my house more. I've been trying, and I get a lot of compliments on this. It's one of those fragrances where if you wear it, you're not going to smell like everyone else in the room. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily unique, but I also feel like it's a scent that a lot of people may run from because it is so jasmine forward. This is a beautiful fragrance. It's very, very, very long lasting. Great price point, of course, because all of Dossier's perfumes are at a great price point. But this is definitely one of my favorites from Dossier right now. I put this in my best of Dossier video. I will link that in the cards above. And it was in that video for good reason, because it's definitely kind of beast mode. Like, it lasts forever, like 10 hours plus. It wears on the skin very well. It wears on the clothes crazy. And it's just such a sweet, yummy, pleasing fragrance. I wouldn't think of a jasmine fragrance typically as being yummy, but this one is yummy. So Floral Jasmine from Dossier Perfumes has like been heavily in rotation. And then another one, I don't think I've talked about this on the channel. This is Floral Musk from Dossier, and this is their interpretation of Idole from Lancôme. So Idole is like a very polarizing fragrance. I feel like it's very hyped up, but a lot of people in the fragrance community really don't like it. It is definitely a basic fragrance, but I think it's a good basic fragrance in the sense that it's a fragrance that is not going to choke you out. It's not overbearing. This is a perfect spring, fresh floral perfume. The notes on this are pear, bergamot, and lychee in the top, jasmine and rose in the heart, and musk, vanilla, and patchouli in the base. This is definitely one of those like fresh out of the shower, super clean, a little fruity, kind of shampoo type of scent. So this is super duper clean. This is a great right out of the shower scent. Here in North Carolina, y'all be thinking that I'm just like being extra when I say that the weather is not that great here. Listen, we have gone from hot as hell to cold as hell, literally within like the matter of like 2 days. Like the last week, it's been like 40 something degrees out here, and the week before it was in the mid 80s. That's not nice weather. And it's been raining half the time too. But this was a really great reach for when it got really hot and muggy and just nasty just all of a sudden. This is a great reach because it smells very clean on the skin. It smells very fresh. A lot of times when it gets that warm outside, I avoid my sweeter scents like the plague because I'm already a sweaty person. I get hot flashes because of my medication. I'm just already a sweaty person, and so all that sweat and then all that musk outside and then sweet stuff, it just don't really mix, you know? So freshies like this are great to have. And this is also a really great buy if you really want a nice, fresh, fruity, musky perfume, but you don't want to pay all that money for Idole. A lot of times I have a really hard time paying a ton of money for super fresh scents because they don't last on my skin as long as my more spicy, heavy vanilla based gourmands. Gourmands wear really well on my skin, and they project very well. But a lot of times the fresh fruity florals of the world don't really do it for me in terms of longevity. For this one, I get about 6 hours of wear, and then I kind of start to lose the scent, but I still feel like I smell fresh and clean throughout the day. I am a big fan of this. I mostly get the jasmine, rose, and the pear and the lychee in this. The vanilla and the patchouli don't really come out too much, but you can tell that the patchouli is there. This is really nice, a great interpretation of Idole. I was able to test out the fragrance through Influencer, and I really, really liked it, but I just didn't want to spend the money on it. So this came in handy. This is a really great, fresh, floral, fruity perfume. Highly suggest if you're in the market for a new one for the spring and summer, but you don't want to break the bank for something that's just, you know, kind of like a fresh out the shower scent. Right, another one that I have been wearing a lot, more so as a mixer as opposed to being on its own, that is Kayali Vanilla 28. Y'all, this is so good. Y'all already know that this is one of my favorite fragrances on the market. This is such a beautiful vanilla perfume because it's not just vanilla. It's vanilla, it's caramelized brown sugar, there's a little bit of jasmine, and I think there's orange blossom in here if I remember correctly. It's such a beautiful, easy to wear scent. And because of its note structure, it's so easy to pair with so many different things, which is great considering that I just did that Black-owned body care haul, because there's so many different body care products that I purchased that have amazing fragrances and they last very long on the skin. And sometimes I really just want to layer up my fragrances and really just make them smell even better than they already do. And so I've been wearing this a lot with my brown sugar and vanilla cream from Butter Me Up Goods, as well as the vanilla chai, the maple vanilla chai. This smells amazing on top of both of those fragrances. Like it smells incredible on top of those. But this also, honestly, it smells good on pretty much all of the body care that I purchased. If you are someone who wants to get into layering, you have a lot of body butters, you want to use those, but you also don't want your perfume just sitting on the shelf for however long, you know, try Vanilla 28 because it mixes with so many things. And you don't just have to mix this with your like gourmand scents. This works really well with a lot of freshies. I actually like, since I have it right here and it's sitting in front of me, this pairs really well with the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun. It's difficult to describe the concoction that this makes, but Light Blue Sun is like coconut water, lemon, apple. It's crisp, it's bright. There's nothing gourmand about it. But this, with the Vanilla 28, like it literally transforms this fragrance. So if you are someone who really, really enjoys like those fresher scents, but you kind of want to mix it up, you want to make them smell like your own, try mixing Vanilla 28 with some of your freshies. It wears really, really well with a lot of different fresh perfumes, especially if you have fresh perfumes that have a little bit of vanilla in the base. It wears very well with those types of scents. So Kayali Vanilla 28 has definitely been one that I have been wearing out, like hardcore. I wear this honestly a lot, but I kind of put it down for a little bit and really just started picking it up and mixing it with a lot of different things. So I have the feeling that by the time this year is over, it's gonna be empty. I have one that I still don't completely know how I feel about it, but I feel like I'm not as confused as I think I am because I'm almost through this and I just hauled it. This is Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian. You guys know I got the smaller version because I just wanted to try it out. I'm not gonna spray it because like I literally only have like half the bottle left. It looks more full sitting like this, but I actually like realistically that's all I have left. So this is a really yummy neroli and marshmallow fragrance. It's very, very sweet, a little tart. I would say like an oriental, like vanilla marshmallow fragrance. This is really, really nice. And I told you guys when I hauled this, I really struggle with deciding whether I want to purchase a full bottle or not. Like, I just don't know if I want to buy the full thing or not. But I'm also wearing this nonstop. Like, I've been wearing this a lot. This is really, really nice for that like springtime, fresh, crisp air. Like, it just wears really, really well when we are actually having like spring weather, you know? This wears really, really well in cold weather too. I'll have to see how it does during the summer. But this is such a beautiful fragrance, and I have actually been getting a lot of compliments on it. I do mix this too. I mix this with the Kayali Vanilla 28 often, and I have also tried mixing this with Kilian Princess, and oh my god, y'all, those two smell bomb together. So this actually is more versatile in my collection than I thought. At first, I thought it was way too similar to Dolce & Gabbana Parfum for me to own a full bottle. But honestly, like, Dolce & Gabbana Parfum is so sharp. Like, the neroli in that fragrance is very, very sharp. This is way more versatile in my collection than my Dolce & Gabbana Parfum. And the thing about my Dolce & Gabbana Parfum is that it's so sharp that I do have to be in a position to where I feel like I really want to wear it, you know? I have to be in a mindset for it, even though I do find the fragrance very comforting and inviting, and it is definitely a crowd-pleasing scent. It definitely has a time and place for me. This one is way more versatile. I feel like I can wear it more often. The neroli in this is not as sharp. It almost has like a kind of sweet tarts kind of vibe, but because the neroli in this isn't as pungent, I feel like this is way more versatile in my collection. So I'm kind of starting to feel like I might actually get a full bottle of this. I do also want to try the Extreme because of that rose note that's in there. But just based on how much I've been wearing it and how much I've been loving it, I feel like I'm going to end up with a full bottle for sure. Next up. I kind of put her down for a minute, but I've kind of been having like some good things going on in my life. And this scent reminds me, it just kind of takes me back to certain points in my life when I was really, really happy or had really good things happen to me. And so whenever I'm kind of like, I don't know, just kind of in a better mood, in a better state of things, or I have something really, really good happening to me, I like to pull this scent back out. So I have Armani C Fiori. This is such a beautiful fragrance. This is a flanker of the original Armani C. And this is kind of like their fluffier, like marshmallowy version of that scent. It's a little bit more dainty. It's a little bit more subdued. Even though it is still strong, it still projects. It smells amazing. This is black currant. This is cassis. If you don't know what cassis is, it's like black currant liqueur. There's patchouli in here. It gives off, the original gives off like a concentrated wine kind of scent. This one kind of smells like a blackcurrant compote on top of the most luscious, fluffy, amped up vanilla whipped cream. That's what this smells like to me. And I actually have been wearing this with my Skincare strawberry shortcake body butter. That one I got like the full set, the body butter, the oil, the spray. So I'll like I'll scrub my body with the scrub, and then I'll put on the body butter, and then I layer with the oil, and then I spray their body spray, and then I spray this on top. And y'all, when I tell you the decadence, because that one has like a strawberry shortcake thing going on, so it kind of has a whipped cream note in it, and this kind of has a whipped cream thing going on. The combination of the vanilla and like whipped cream in the base of this with the strawberry and the black currant in this, like, it smells delicious. If you have that and you also own this, you need to try wearing those two together and just thank me later, because people are going to be eating you up. This is another one that is a recent addition to my collection, and I'm crazy about it, y'all. This is the Prada La Femme Absolu. Y'all know the original Prada La Femme has been one of my favorite everyday scents. And so when I saw this, I had to get my hands on it. And it's so good. At first, I didn't feel like this was giving what it was supposed to have gave, you know what I mean? But after wearing it and really letting this scent develop, I'm not going to spray it because it's really going to clash with what's already going on in this room. But this is a really beautiful white and yellow floral fragrance with touches of pepper. There is peach in here, and there's Peru balsam. This is a sharper, more long-wearing take on Prada La Femme. Prada La Femme is, ooh, I'm feminine, I'm fancy, I'm here, you know, I'm an everyday chic, classy lady. This is that everyday chic, classy lady putting on a dark red lip and stilettos. This is that. I feel like the touches of the pepper and that those strong white and yellow florals kind of make this almost a little bit arrogant. I feel like this is definitely not going to be for everybody. You have to like a sharper fragrance, but it dries down on the skin so beautifully, and it's definitely a like, I'm that bitch. If you talk to me, you better come correct because I'm that chick. Like, if you gonna talk to me, your credit score better be right. This is that kind of fragrance. Like, yeah, this is definitely like a more bold, more sexy version of Prada La Femme. And the peach note in here, at first I didn't really get the peach note when I, you know, like when I hauled this, but it really develops on the skin, and you can smell the peach on your skin throughout the entire wear of the fragrance, along with the other florals and that Peru balsam that comes through and really grounds it. This is so good, y'all. Such a beautiful fragrance. I'm so happy that I got my hands on it. I picked this up from Fragrance. So if you're looking for this, the price on Fragrance is better than it is on FragranceNet. So I would go over to Fragrance and pick this up if you are interested in this, if you really like a bold, sharp, sexy scent. Like, this is sexy. If you're into that, you need to pick this up. Another one that I have been wearing a lot is the Viktor&Rolf Bonbon Intense Couture. This is so good. I'm not the biggest fan of the original Bonbon. I feel like it's too obvious. I feel like it's too overdone. But this, it gives you that same vibe of the original Bonbon, but it is that on a whole nother level of salted caramel steroids. This has orange blossom, it has caramel. I think there's benzoin in this too. There's a lot of vanilla in the fragrance, but the way this develops on me, it smells like straight up orange blossom infused salted caramel. It smells so delicious on the skin. It's definitely a compliment getter. It definitely gets you noticed. I don't know how this will wear in the summer, because I find that because it is more of like an edible gourmand scent, like this is definitely a true gourmand. I don't feel like the original Bonbon is, but this one is like true gourmand. Depending on how gourmands wear on your skin will kind of decide whether this will wear well on you in the summer. I feel like I would wear this at nighttime in the summer, but not during the day, because I feel like those heady florals and that caramel might kind of knock you out throughout the day in summer heat. But I have been loving this just in this like cooler air that we've been having. Now it's actually kind of feeling like spring, and this really stands out for me during the daytime in the spring. But I feel like in summer I would wear this at night to like a dinner, going on a date, something like that. This is a beautiful fragrance. I'm getting more into Viktor&Rolf, even though I'm really annoyed that they're discontinuing their Magic line. Like that, the fragrances in that were beautiful. Y'all know Dancing Roses is bae. But I'm getting more into their fragrances. I'm not really that big of a fan of Flower Bomb though. Flower Bomb is also overdone and kind of played out to me. But that Bonbon, the Intense Couture, it's good. All right, so we're down to my last two. And I think out of all of these, I've been wearing these two like the most. So let's talk about this one. It's no surprise. Mon Guerlain. Y'all, look at, y'all. You see that did. I'm gonna have to buy another bottle soon. This has been my everyday fragrance. I have been wearing this to work. So when I'm not home, I'm wearing this. When I'm home, I'm, you know, using my other fragrances, but these days at work, this is what I've been wearing. I get so many compliments on this fragrance. This is a really beautiful lavender and vanilla. It has some nectary notes in there, some white florals. This is just super feminine. It's sweet. It has that really nice vanilla note without it becoming too masculine, but it does give a little bit of a masculine edge. Not as much as Leaf though. I love this. It just smells so good on my skin. It just gets like nice and sweet and nectary, but it also kind of gives that like fresh out of the shower vibe too. I have given out the information on this perfume so many times just wearing this to work, but I also love the fact that you guys know I have a very like physical job, and so wearing this to work is not an issue for me. I usually end up sweating a lot at work, and I still smell good, and I smell good all day. Like I can smell it on me all day. Sometimes I'm there for 10 hours a day, and I can still smell it on my skin when I leave. So this has just been everything for me. I'm in love with this. But honestly, I think other people love this on me more than I love it, which is totally fine. But part of the reason I wear this to work so often is because I get that kind of little bit of clean energy from the lavender, but I can still smell sweet and sensual. This is definitely a great fragrance to wear, honestly, for any occasion. Like everyone's gonna love this on you. It smells amazing. So Mon Guerlain is just, I just need to go ahead and put another one in my cart because it's gone. Last but not least, this is definitely becoming one of those like a basic bitch niche edition scents. And this is Parfums de Marly Delina. I love her. Y'all know I love rose. Like I really got into rose when I started wearing Armani C because there is a rose note in there as well. This is just such a beautiful rose fragrance. It is your 100% classic feminine rose fragrance. This is great for year round because you have your rose, you have some rhubarb in there, and there's also nutmeg. So it's kind of like a clean floral, but there's warmth to it. And I just love it. The way that this wears on my skin is just beautiful. It's not a jammy rose. Like, I would consider Magic Dancing Roses from Viktor&Rolf. I would consider that like a jammy rose. This is not a jammy rose, but it's not quite on that green dewy rose tip either. It's like right in the middle. There's some sweetness to this, but I love the tartness that you get from the rhubarb and the lychee that's in here. And then that nutmeg just like drives it home and makes it so warm. And I think it's the nutmeg in this that really allows this to warm up and develop on my skin. This is such a beautiful fragrance. I've been wearing this out a lot more. I've been wearing this at home a lot. And also wearing it out like when I go shopping or something, and I have been getting a lot of compliments with this. I also love it because I don't need to spray a lot. Like it lasts. Like sometimes I think I get a little bit anosmic to it and then the wind will blow And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, she's still there. She's holding on. I don't need to spray anymore. Like, this lasts really, really well. It's definitely extremely hyped. I will say that, but it's extremely hyped for a good reason. Because it's classic. I feel like this is one of those timeless fragrances. Like, I feel like every fragrance collection needs a good classic rose fragrance. And I find like fragrances like Chloe, the original Chloe, I find that to be very kind of sickening rose. I can't do that fragrance. Like, it makes me ill. But this, I feel like anybody can get away with it. It's just super feminine. It's classy. It's put together. This is one of the fragrances that I would wear as a signature scent. Like, I could wear this every single day and be totally happy with my life. I think because it does remind me a lot of my Armani C. They're not the same at all, but it just kind of gives me that same vibe in a lot of ways. This also is similar to the House of Sillage Cheval d'Or. So if you're into that fragrance, you'll probably really like this fragrance. But I would say Cheval d'Or is more of a creamy rose with strawberries. So there is like a tart strawberry note in there. That one is more so on the creamy rose side. So if you're into that, then Cheval d'Or is going to be perfect for you. But if you like that one, you'll like this one, and I think vice versa, you know? This is, it's just so good. And I can't stop wearing it, and it's one of those fragrances that it's like, for the price, I don't want to wear it every day, just because I don't want to have to repurchase it constantly. But this is gorgeous, and it's definitely one that I've gotten a lot of compliments on, and it's definitely one that I can't put down. Okay guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, like always, I will leave my links and discount code for Dossier perfumes in the description box down below if you are interested in checking out some of their fragrances. I know a lot of you guys have already shopped them. You've been trying out their scents and you said you absolutely love their fragrances. So I'm so happy that y'all love them as much as I do. And definitely let me know what fragrances in here are catching your eye. These are definitely like a plethora of like different types of fragrances. No one fragrance in this is alike. So let me know what is catching your eye in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Walking downtown and I'm okay. He's got it all figured out. It's what they all say, yeah. Everyone's looking at me thinking that I'm different. Everyone's looking at me thinking that I'm living. I don't really